Good morning. I have so many things to talk about because I haven't uploaded in a long time and just some technical difficulties. Looking like a hot mess this morning, but I'm going to get my hair done later, so I'm not going to do too much fumbling around with it. Nevertheless, that's not why I'm here. I'm here because I had some very interesting topics. Didn't know which one I was going to do first, but since I'm in the house, that I would get started with just talking about how people's brokenness affects their lives and how it affects the next person's. And sometimes I guess I realize that people think because their hurt is more greater that they really stop caring about the other person, and it just really becomes like this vicious cycle. So here's my drawing. All right, I've got whiteboards. All right, so, and it's going to be backwards, huh? Crap. All right, so, nevertheless, so you have this person. This is my little whiteboard. You have this person, and he's like, oh my gosh, she's wonderful. I'm going to give my heart to her, right? And then she's interested in him. He's got this devilish look, right? Because he knows that he's just going to abuse her. And he's all innocent. I even give him a smile. He's just like innocently bland. And she likes him. And then he is like talking to this girl, talking to this girl, talking to this girl over here. And in the meantime, this girl in the middle, she's talking to this dude, and this dude is talking to this girl. Disgusting, right? He's after her, she's after him, he's after them, and one is creeping on the side, and he's like, okay, good, right? So there is no loyalty going on hardly anywhere other than the fact that this guy is loyal to this one girl, and it looks like these two girls might be loyal to this conniving guy right here, right? And we don't go into any more details to know what's going on any further. That's pretty much how things happen in life. I think when we're young, we're innocent, we're in love, we think it's going to be this way. And as soon as, as soon as we think, somebody's hurting us or we don't like the way that it feels, we react. Our response is everything. And a lot of that really has to do with how we respond in life, how our parents respond, how look, you really care about your teacher, you love your teacher, and your teacher responds a little different, like puts you off, and you're like, what? As opposed to, oh, you're doing a good job, Johnny. There's so many factors in life that could affect us when it comes to our hearts. And when things start to hurt us, we want to protect it. Because we want to protect it, we start doing this thing where we're just like, I'm going to build this wall. I can't let nobody get in there. Because last time, Johnny was messing with Sally. And Sally just really broke my heart based on this. So let's kind of look at how Johnny accepted Sally's heartbreak, right? So, yay. So, at the end of the day, I think I'm just going to leave my marker out. So, at the end of the day, like, Johnny's brokenhearted, right? He's like, oh my goodness, right? In his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to find the person. I know it's backwards for you, so let me see. So in his mind, he's thinking, I'm going to find somebody that I trust, that who's going to be trustworthy, who's going to love me, who's going to be loyal, who's going to love me unconditionally, and I'm going to give her, in return, I'm going to give my all to her. I'm going to support her. I'm going to cover her. Maybe he's going to financially support her. Maybe they grow up and he's going to buy her a house. Okay, it's the big one, right? Maybe he's going to buy the house, whatever. He's really in his mind This is in his thoughts. That's really truly what he wants, is this. But what happens is that because he wants it so bad, he doesn't take the time to kind of nurture his heart and heal his heart healthy. His heart becomes blackened, and he's only got a little bit of red left up in there. And that little bit of red is just this desire. But in reality, this is what he's producing. And so Johnny finds this girl. She has a past too. But she's probably had some of these guys. We're just gonna call him T. And so she that's nobody. My name starts with T. So she's got somebody in the past like a T, and she's got that baggage that she's carrying on. But Johnny likes her. And so she's a good girl. I put a little cross up here. She's a good girl too. And she's got lots of love to give. She's willing to give it. And so she wants to give that, some of that, to Johnny. And Johnny doesn't really know how to handle this because he's still feeling the sour of, let's just call her Jet. Let's just call her B. I don't know. And so I like B better. And so let's just call her B. And so he's just feeling he's just feeling the effects of B. And because he's feeling the effects of B, Johnny, I think that was his original name, right? So Johnny likes this girl, and we're gonna call her Karen. He likes Karen, and Karen is into him. But because he has these effects of what happened with B, he now decides, I'm not gonna let Karen do that to me. So I'm gonna pick this girl up. I met this girl, Tara. Yeah, I think she was okay. I met this girl, Tara, and Tara's really nice, and Tara's a good girl, and she's got love to give, right? But he started this commitment with Karen. He met Tara, and he's like, I really like this Tara girl, and she's got love to give, but I'm not willing to do all these things. And so Karen, she has like a lot of stuff that I like, and so she fills my cup like that. And this Tara girl, well, I like her a lot too, but she fills my cup like this. And she does things a little bit different. So let's give her some sparklies. And then I met this girl named Sheena. And Sheena, she doesn't quite fill my cup at all. I was like hanging out with her. So Johnny has Karen, who actually fills his cup and supports him, and Tara, who actually just gives him a little bit something different than what Karen has to offer. She's got sparkles. And then Sheena, she doesn't really do it for him, but she has a lot of time. And so because she has a lot of time, she has a lot of extra companionship that he really likes. Now, he doesn't necessarily like her. She doesn't look the part. She doesn't feel the part. She's a somewhat good girl, but she has a lot of time. And so because she has a lot of time, he hangs out more with her because she just has time and companionship that he can handle. He doesn't want to give her none of these things. He doesn't look for that in there. I mean, in some degree, he does. Remember, she's a good girl. And so she's trustworthy. She has love to give. And he's not going to give her any of this, though. He's not going to give her any of that. He's going to limit her, what he can give her, and dangle just like carrots. Because my carrots are awful. Let's not talk about it. I'm not an artist. He's just going to dangle carrots because he wants her to hang around, but he doesn't want to give her anything. And Karen, he really, really likes, so he gives her bigger carrots. You know, he tells her, I really want to be with you. I really like you. But every time Karen grows her heart bigger, he starts to pull away and go hang out with Sheena. Tara's on the back burner. he likes her and she does special things because, well, maybe Tara goes all the way. And so because Tara goes all the way, no questions asked, and claiming, I'm a good Christian, she's a good girl and intends, we all have sins, but, just because she's fornicating doesn't mean that, she's not a good girl. It just means that she's got a good heart or whatever. But, she's got her own issues going on. And so it's kind of like messing up her vision, her focus. She can't really see straight. And Karen probably has a little bit of that too. In the meantime, in the between time, this dude has lost all focus. Johnny has no focus. All because B broke his heart so many years ago when he was willing to give all of his heart. All of it. And now he's put these walls because she decided to go with this creep who decided to do her dirty. And she's been chasing after him, right? And so because of that, now his heart is broke. Now his heart is broken. B is just totally like a B now. She's just ruthless and doesn't care. And so now he's grown into this ruthless, cold person that he talked to her about him. He was like, this guy's a jerk. This guy's only going to do you wrong. And she wouldn't listen. And he couldn't understand why she left him for this. Like, why you want to deal with something like this? And so because of it, his heart got all cold, and that's who he is now. And because that's who he is now, he forgot the really good, sweet, humble person that he was. And he doesn't want to be that guy. But look at the reality of who he's being. His brokenness has brought him to corrupt every single last one of these girls. He's now doing the exact same picture as T. He's now being this picture. No, his face doesn't look like he wants to do it, but at the end of the day, he's doing this. And if Tara wants to go talk to somebody else, he's feeling abandoned and neglected and rejected. And if Karen is like, I can't deal with this, he's still feeling abandoned and rejected because he's never let this become released. He's now in bondage and blaming Karen and Tara and Sheena for his brokenness because he didn't know how to get over B. All right, so I said and did all of that because it came out more different than I wanted it to. And I know it was real amateur, but sometimes just the simplest things is what means the most. It's like most effective. And so the reality is that there are lots of broken people like this. This analogy right now, just writing it out, I can remember me in some of these spaces. I can remember a relationship on one of these levels. And then I can remember another relationship on one of these levels. Even though I'm talking about 3 different relationships, they're all different, but the same. At the end of the day, these are broken people. So let's just use me, only me, right? So let's put myself in Jay's shoes. And I'm trying to give my heart to B. B's a guy now. I'm trying to give my heart to B, but B wants to give his heart to this girl, and she's being a floozy with all these guys, and I'm chasing after him, and he's just doing all this stuff. I mean, I'm sorry. That's me now. I'm chasing after him, and he's a hot mess, right? Because he's interested in somebody who will never give him his heart, that's only out there doing the thizzle, and I'm out here giving my heart. And I can make a choice to say, hey, this was my story. And so I can make a choice to go, you know what, I'm jaded by this situation, I'm never gonna give my heart again, or constantly come up with the lie of, oh, until I find the perfect one. And all I'm doing is lying to myself. I'm letting the devil convince me there are no perfect people. There just really are no perfect people. I'm going to waste my whole life looking for this perfect people, and all I'm really doing is doing exactly what Jay was doing, where he's like, I like what Karen has to offer. She gives me like almost everything and supports me and does everything, and Tara just gives me a little bit, then not the same. It's not as sincere as Karen's, but she's got this sparkle of stuff that I really really like. And then there's Sheena. Well, Sheena just, she gives me whatever I want, however I want it, but I don't have a connection with her. But she has a lot of time, and I have a lot of time, so we just spend our time together. This is what happens all of the time. And so he has found pieces of what he likes in each single one of them, saying, if I could just find a girl who has all of that. Let me tell you what I've seen in the past. I've watched men do that. And then I've watched, they've been friends of mine. And then right after they do it, they're like, oh, I got this girl and she's everything. And I'm sitting back as their friend going, and they're coming back telling me how their boys is like, oh, she a gold digger, she this, she that. And he's going, no, they just mad because I found the one. I don't think you should take all of the advice your friends give, because sometimes your friends are haters. But at the end of the day, you should probably listen to a little bit to kind of say, you know what? Let me just watch and observe. Because what I watched was, that girl wasn't no good for him whatsoever. She encompassed everything that he thought, everything that he dreamed. She just picked up on everything, all of his needs, and decided to be everything he wanted her to be. But at the end of the day, she ended up being a B. The B girl down there. She ended up being her and doing the mostest. And all the stuff that she was doing behind his back, because he thought, well, she ain't doing it in my face, so she must not be doing it. Girls, guys, if a guy can't talk to her male or his male friends in front of you, you should be concerned. If you can't talk to your friends in front of your significant other and you mad because she don't talk to hers or he don't talk to his, you're concerned because you know what you're doing. So don't get mad at somebody who's playing the same games that you're playing. Either you want it or you don't. Either you're going to pay attention to the signs or you won't. But anyway, it just came across. I actually highlight some spiritual concept about it the other day, and I hate when I have to hold on to something and then try to put it in later. It just does not come out the same way. So I just put that up there to make sure that I put it out there. Just sometimes just the reality check. Me even just drawing it is the reality check of, man, I've been on both sides of these pillars where I've gotten cold and just like, I don't really care. And not recognizing the vicious cycle. This is going to go on forever. And Karen's going to find somebody else. And Johnny's going to get mad, right? Or she's going to start doing the same thing. And it's just vicious cycle. Just keeps going on and on. You remember those things they used to do with STD? So she's going to find somebody, and that person, and that person, and that person, and it's going to keep going like a big old tree. It's got to stop somewhere. It just can't keep going. And you can't expect loyalty in all this. And you can't expect at the end of the day, doing all of this, and this person doing what they do, and this person's confused about what's going on, and then it ends up affecting this person. All it's really doing is just blackening the heart of this person more and more and more. Dude, this is about you. Not her, not her, not her. Not happen with B, whatever. This is about the fact that you need to overcome, that you need to have resilience, and you don't let somebody who broke your heart just steal away your whole joy. I see guys all the time, mostly guys. There's some funky, shady ladies out there, so let me not fake the funk, do a lot of stuff, and they're broken and they're hurting, and I was doing some stuff broken and hurting. So But I've seen some really funky stuff. I've seen some women do some stuff that really hurt my feelings as a woman. But nevertheless, it's just people out here trying to protect their hearts and not doing it in a healthy way. They're doing it in a brokenness way. And because of it, they're just growing into more and more bitterness while they're going, why aren't there any, I'm just going to use a guy. And you, why aren't there any good girls out there? Because people like you are tainting them. Because people like you got hurt and decided you get to control and do it to the good girls. And then the good girls start feeling like, well, I'm going to go out here and not care no more because I'm giving my heart exactly what you've gone through. And then you go, oh, she's a B, she's a this, she's a that. You've just introduced her to this world. And it's just a vicious cycle going on and on and on, just like it's like a chain of all these connected people, and it just keeps going, and everybody thinks that it's okay. It's not, but it's wonderful for the devil. Like, the devil is like, yes, if I can keep you focused on your brokenness, you'll never recognize who you really are. If I can keep you broken like this, you'll never find the love that God has for you, and you'll never be able to produce in the purpose that God has already set forth for you. He just keeps your mind occupied with other stuff so that you don't really understand the great magnitude of who you are, why you were born, why this person was made for you, etc. Well, that's my spiel on it. And so I'm going to go up, get dressed, comb my hair, maybe do another video that kind of makes sense and doesn't just ramble on some emotions, because this was my concept, but it was totally different yesterday when I was thinking about it. So, however it came off was totally freestyle, and that's it. Yep. Bye.